Okay, so we should be at this consistency at this point. So it's firm but not rock solid. Get this vegetable matter out of there. So now we're going to take this side and we're going to take and wrap this around because we want this slightly egg shaped. We don't want a perfect ball. So now we're going to start, keep my hands on it, fold that around, and now we're going to stab this in. Now, if you have this tool, which if you bought the Amazon kits that came with a gazillion needles, this little gadget came with your kit. And I have the medium-sized needle here, in here. And this, now don't push all the way through down to your felting surface because then it makes it flat. But you can take this and it will get you to the finished the pressure that you want, and it'll get you there faster because there's 8 needles. So instead of using one, now if you don't have this tool, let's say you have the clover tool, which has 3. Either way, it works. And if you don't have either of these handled tools, but you have 3 needles that are the same size, you can use a rubber band and rubber band them together, and it will create this same effect for you. So we're going to go ahead and get this done. Now afterwards, you can always go back and felt this a bit more if you want this a bit more firm. So we're going to get all this poofy under control. And see, when you don't stab hard, you don't lose your shape. It just gets everything under control and gets you where you need to be. And it gets you there quicker. So then we can get to doing more of the face. Because that's what everybody wants to do anyway, is we want to make something, even if it's something little. Now, this little dog face that we're doing is actually a Christmas ornament, and you can make a little Santa hat, or you can change his nose color and make him red. You could add a little Christmas bow. You could put snowflakes in there. The options are endless. Okay, so at this point, I'm looking a little rough right there. So we're going to stab that in with a single. This is the 40 spiral, which is a finishing needle. It doesn't leave big holes, but I do like what it does to the wool. So I'm going to give this a little roll around in my hand because heat and friction makes wool felt. So we're going to give this a little turn in, a little roughen up. Okay. Now we've got everything kind of looking like it should. A little bit bigger, but that's okay. Bigger is good. Now, so on your face, you need to decide which side, where do I want his face and eyes to be. See, this is a little rough back here. I'll have to clean this up later, but actually it kind of looks like a mouth, doesn't it? Right there, because we are going to put a mouth in. Well, look at that. All right, let's go with that. We'll put his mouth right there. It's already there and we didn't know it. That's the fun part of felting. Sometimes it tells you ahead of time what you're doing. Shoot, there's times I've started to make something and it ended up being something else. Okay. So go ahead, before we get started, go ahead and finish up and get this the size that you want, the firm that you want, and pick your side. And we'll be right back.